welcome back to another episode of Warriors World TV Off the Court. I'm here today with Brian Murphy, fellow coworker at KNBR. We're going to talk a little bit about the World Series, the 2010 Giant season, and looking ahead to 2011. Welcome, Brian.
Well, great to be with you, Sarah. See you in the office every day. Here we are, the Lake Chalet, styling and profiling, talking Giants. So good to be here.
Let's talk a little bit about the World Series. You were in Texas, I was in Texas, but I want your take on Arlington.
I keep using the word surreal. I keep coming back to that word because it doesn't seem real, right down to being in Texas. Of all the places I thought I would be when the Giants won a World Series, if ever. I never think they would win a World Series, but if they were ever going to win a World Series, Sarah, I did not expect to be in the middle of Texas, okay? Like you think of Yankee Stadium or Fenway Park or these great parks.
Let's talk a little bit about particles. You and your coworker, Paulie Mack, talk about particles. Tell us about the story behind that.
Well, it's all about Paulie Mack, okay? My on-air partner, Paul McCaffrey, is a deadhead, okay? He's a Grateful Dead disciple, and he believes in, like, that communal love that the Dead community produces, and he believes that sometimes, and he's been trying to convince me of this for years, that there are things in the stars that are written when enough people get together and create enough love and energy. I just love to laugh him off because he's Paulie Mack. He's a deadhead. He's a lunatic. He's been to too many shows. He's been hanging out with Bill Walton too much, right? And he started talking about it when Bill Walton and the Giants had Jerry Garcia night. I think it was August 9th, I want to say. And he was saying, man, there were particles in the air. There were particles in the air. And I kind of knew what he was talking about because I know Paulie. But I think the listeners for a few weeks were like, who is this deranged wacko and what are particles? Well, they're just kind of these feelings of energy in the air that can create something bigger than you think. And the more Paulie talked about it, the more people bought in. And the way things started to go for the Giants, wins started to go their way. The Padres started to lose 10 in a row. And it came down to that. And Paulie just kept saying, the particles are there, the particles are there. And the more you say it, the more you believe it. And so we rode the particle wave, Sarah, all the way.
We saw so many things happen in the World Series and the NLDS and the NLCS. Who do you personally think the breakout player was this year?
Well, that's a fun question because you can go any number of ways. I was very partial to Andres Torres. We started calling him Andres freaking Torres on the radio because we were so excited by him. He was the kind of guy who would do things that would make you say, Andres freaking Torres, he's amazing. And we started shortening it to AFT, just simply the initials AFT. I had buddies texting me and saying, I'm going to get the tattoo AFT for life. Andres Torres. So Andres Torres was a huge part of this season. And I'm glad he won the Willie Mack Award too. That was very cool, the most inspirational Giant, because he was a key part. When Rowan was not producing, he was a monstrously important part of the season. Another guy? Come on. I mean, you want to talk about a kid who started the season in Fresno, came up and said, hey Benji, I'm here. What are you going to say about Buster Posey? I mean, this kid he's Will Clark, Joe Montana type talent. You know, he's already a legend.
The Giants have a lot of their core players coming back, a lot of guys that contributed this past year. What changes do we have to look forward to for 2011?
Well, the best thing that we don't have to change is the pitching, and that's what it's all about. We can sit here and talk about position players all night long, but it's all about the pitching. And I don't know if people will realize until years go by how historically epic the Giants' pitching was. There are statistics to back it up. Their September was one of the best in the history of the modern era, and their October was one of the best since the '66 Orioles, who were one of the great pitching staffs of all time, and the '69 Mets. So I'm going to say this, that the great news is that most of the pitching is back. All 5 starters are back, and Brian Wilson's back, and Sergio Romo. So that's great. Changes, though, will be on the position players. We don't know if Aubrey Huff's coming back at first base. We do know Freddie Sanchez is at second base. We don't know who's going to play shortstop next year. We don't know who's going to play third base. Is it going to be Pablo Sandoval? Is it going to be Mark DeRosa? Is it going to be Uribe? We don't know. And in the outfield, we think Cody Ross will be there. They'd have to tender him arbitration to get inside baseball a little bit. And we don't know who's going to play left field. Pat Burrell will be gone. Likely. Maybe he'll stay. So Burrell, Huff, shortstop, third base. There are a lot of question marks in the air about the position players, but like I said, the most important thing is their pitching is not going to change, and that already makes 2011 a viably exciting season already.
Well, I'm already looking forward to spring training, looking at flights, looking at hotels. I think you are too, and hopefully the rest of Giants fans are as well. So
yeah, see you in Scottsdale.
Thank you for being with us on Warriors World TV.